Welcome back to the vlog. It is 6:15 AM and I'm going to the studio to get a coffee because it's nice coffee there, and then to the gym because I need to go to the gym before today starts, because today is going to be quite a long day, exciting day, but long, and I've got to do that thing where I'm vlogging on here and doing a vlog style video for the main channel, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, that's not coffee, that's hot water. But while the mug is warming up, let's explain what I'm doing. So if you've been watching the vlog over the last couple of days, well, last 2 or 3 episodes rather, you'll know that I've got a Tesla at the moment. I've got a Tesla, it's not that's my car out there, but the Tesla Model 3, the new one, is on the drive at home at the moment, and I'm going to take it on a big drive. The whole point of having this car is to road test it, obviously, and I want to see how easy it is to drive Teslas long distances, because every time I do any kind of car content about EVs, like a BMW or a Porsche, whatever it is that I've done in the past, the comments threads are full of people saying, just get a Tesla, it's much easier. So I'm going to test that, basically. I'm going to put that to the test and drive it from Warwickshire to Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland. I nearly did a Scottish accent then. Not a good idea. Yeah, drive it all the way up to Loch Lomond, which is about a 6-hour drive, nearly 7 hours, I think, and make a video about how easy it is to do that on the Supercharger network, and squeeze in several sponsored products from one sponsor. But so basically the video is sponsored by an accessory company, which I won't mention on here because they're not sponsoring this video, but yeah, an accessory company who have sent us about 5 or 6 Tesla accessories. They're all quite interesting, actually, so I'm kind of sprinkling those through the video, which is quite interesting. But yeah, the main gist of the video is how easy is it really to keep a Tesla charged on what is a big road trip in the UK. It may not sound big if you live in the States, because I know that's quite a normal journey for you probably, but for us, 6-7 hours on the road is a long time. Driving to Scotland is a serious deal. So that is the plan today. It's quite an exciting one, actually, but I need to go and get some exercise, which is why I'm about to go to the gym, and yeah, then go and do this trip. I often wonder whether to vlog these trips, because to be completely honest, it's a little bit noisy coffee machine. It's a little bit tricky because as I mentioned a moment ago, it's a vlog style video, so I'm doing this kind of thing in the video, capturing the day, and then trying to do the same thing for you guys to show you the behind the scenes stuff. So, but I'm going to do it. I did it when I did the BMW i5 video. When I went to that shepherd's hut. I managed it then. I can manage it now, and I will be staying in more of a homely place tonight. Not the shepherd's hut wasn't not homely. It was very nice, actually. But this is a castle type hotel thing that we've booked. So anyway, waffling now. Coffee, gym, back home, Scotland. Okay, once again, I have no idea what the continuity like is on this video, because I've been to the gym, I've taken my son to nursery, and I've just parked up here, which is more picturesque than it looks. It is quite nice, actually, which is still in Warwickshire, basically, and I'm going from here to Scotland, and I've just done the intro bit of the video where I stand outside there and say, you guys keep telling me to get a Tesla, well, here it is, I'm taking it to Scotland, yada yada yada. And then the bit in here, the bit in the car where I kind of put the destination in and talk a little bit more about why I'm doing this. If you're wondering in terms of gear, I have another Osmo Action here, which I'll use while I'm driving to do the camera bits. I'm also bringing with me the good old, it's not that big actually, but bigger than most of these other cameras, the Sony FX3. This is my main studio camera, but for these kind of shoots where I'm not traveling on a plane or a train, I'm not walking around places really, I'm in a car, so I've got storage. I don't mind taking the bigger camera. A couple of different lenses for this, but this will be used for some B-roll that I need to get of the car. and also some of the 2-camera stuff if I'm walking around the car and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I need to get going though because it's a long drive. Looking forward to this though, and I'm only using Tesla Superchargers. I'm doing exactly what the sat-nav says to get to what's my destination, which is the Tarbert Hotel in Loch Lomond. So yeah, it's a long way. Let's get going. Okay, trip update. We are, what, 3 hours into the journey now, I think, 3.5 hours possibly, just going through the Lake District, which is a beautiful part of the country. I've done a fair few videos up here actually in the past, but we're not stopping here. Obviously we're going straight, we're carrying on basically, going all the way up to Scotland. So it's telling me at the minute with all the with the Supercharger stops, of which there's only 2 actually, I'm going to get to the hotel for about 4:45. It will be a bit later because I need to do some stuff on the way up, but I do want to get there for about 5 o'clock and watch the England game tonight. But the film is going well. It's I'm treating this particular video very much as a vlog style thing, a bit like this really, keeping it nice and simple. We do need some B-roll, which I can hopefully shoot a bit of today, I think, this evening after the game, and tomorrow, and if I have to, I'll do it the weekend as well, just to get some extra bits and pieces. But in terms of all the the to-camera stuff, the A-roll, it's really straightforward. It's kind of, I've basically picked out 6 observations about this car to talk about along the way, and I'm working in those Spigen sponsored products into each one, slipping them in basically, which you have to do. We need to keep the lights on here, we need to fund trips like this, that's why these videos are sponsored. But yeah, it feels quite natural, and I'm so at home talking about cars, I really am. This is such a natural thing for me, like tech really. I do wonder, we were talking about this the other day as a team, we do wonder how this video is going to perform, because the BMW one where I stayed in that shepherd's hut didn't do very well, which wasn't a surprise. But Tesla content I think has a better chance, just because there's even more of a tech crossover with Tesla cars and technology. There's a big link there, so I'm wondering if that will have an impact on the performance of this video. We'll find out. But because we know that these aren't our bread and butter, and they're not going to fly off the page, fly into the high-reaching charts of viewership like an iPad video, for instance, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, because I want to have some fun with this video and just make it, and then we'll put it out there, and whatever happens basically. But yeah, there you go. So that's the time check at the moment. It's 12:43. So a fair bit of driving to do, but it's all going well, and I'm enjoying driving this car. It's a fascinating car. I'm not going to give too much of it away, or too much of my opinions away on this vlog, because I want you to watch the video that I'm making, but it's a fascinating car to drive. Okay, time check. It is 2:50, and I've just got my second, sorry, there's a bloke cutting the grass over there, hopefully you can hear me. Got the second supercharging stop underway at the moment. Got about 30 minutes before I need to set off again. And what's interesting is that the Tesla Supercharger network is brilliant. It's really good. But you quite often find yourself in positions like this where they put the chargers, which are just over there, in hotel car parks, which means you're not really near any kind of refreshment facilities, really. I suppose you could go into the hotel, I suppose, and have a coffee or whatever, but it's not like a welcome break, which the UK viewers will know what I'm talking about. There's not actually a service station here. There was at the last one, to be fair, but even that was kind of set back a bit. So the Tesla, I'm sure this isn't always the case, but the Tesla chargers always seem to be a bit out of the way. You're in like a little exclusive club, but you're kind of let down by the fact that you don't have any facilities nearby, which means you just end up wandering around aimlessly, or just sit in your car, I suppose. What most people aren't doing is what I'm doing, which is talking to myself. But anyway, I'm just outside Glasgow, and we're on time, I think, to get to the hotel just in time for the game. The filming's going really well. I've pretty much finished today in terms of the A-roll, just a bit more kind of vloggy stuff getting to the hotel. I'll do the rest of it tomorrow, although I do need to get some B-roll this evening after the game. So I'm going to watch the game and then take the car out somewhere near Loch Lomond and get some, hopefully, providing the weather's okay, some very nice footage. Okay, made it. 300 miles later, I'm in Where am I? Quite tired. I'm in Loch Lomond, and this is the hotel, which it looked better when we well, I didn't find it. It was all down to Michelle, who works for the team, or works on the team, and in fairness to her, it looked lovely. In fact, it looks better at the front. The rear needs some work. In fact, they might be having some work. Anyway, who cares? I've got half an hour before the football, so it's 4:30 now. I've been on the road all day, basically. It's been an incredibly easy drive, without giving too much away. This was very straightforward. Anyway, check in, freshen up very quickly, and then football. See, looks better at the front, doesn't it? It looks a lot more castle-like at the front. Brilliant. Wow, what a lift. That was possibly, ironically, the scariest part of the entire journey. Anyway, she was lovely. They've upgraded me, so we booked a single room, but she said the single beds are basically really small, so we'll put you in a big one, in a double room. So I've gone from single to double. The only thing, here we go. I thought I'd missed my room. It's very dark in here, isn't it? Right, let's give you the room tour very quickly because, well, the match kicks off in 20 minutes. Okay. Interesting smell here, but not bad. This looks all right. Here we go. So, let's start over here. Here's the working area. TV if I need it. Bed. Do the bed test. Whoa, lots of springing action, but fine. Okay, in the bathroom. Okay, it's a bathroom. We have a toilet. We have a shower, sink area. Nice. What's the view like? Oh, okay. Well, apart from the works that are happening down there, that's not a bad view, is it? That's all right, that is. Oh, snacks! There's a Tunnock's tea cake. That's only a very small portion of the audience will know what that is, but... And a caramel wafer thing. I've checked into lots of hotels recently, as you'll know if you've been watching these vlogs, and that's the first snack haul I've had for ages. Anyway, I'm going to go and get the rest of the stuff out of the car because there's lots of expensive things in there and you never know. But yeah, this is alright. This is fine. Happy with this. Yeah, what a strange job I have, as I always say. Part of the reason I went to get the stuff is because I've got Vision Pro with me. Don't really want to leave that in the boot. I've brought it with me because I need to do some video editing, and someone asked, I can't remember who you were, apologies, but someone did say, why don't you show more of Vision Pro in your videos? And that's because it's a pain to carry around. I mean, it doesn't come, but I've got this Spigen case for it, which is just massive and is a pain, unless you're in a car, which I am, so that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, I think I'll be putting it to use later. Okay, dinner had, pint of Guinness had, really terrible England game watched. It was 1-1 if you didn't know. Just typically English, sit back and defend and just yeah, rubbish. Anyway, used to that because I'm an England fan. I think I saw the better game out of the two so far. live, that is. Anyway, waffling on now. The plan is to get a bit more footage of this car, some more B-roll. You'd think, given that I'm next to this beautiful lock, there'd be loads of locations to do this. There isn't. I've had a quick look on the old Google Maps, and the only place really, thankfully, is right next to this hotel, so that there's a little jetty that you can go down, which I can hopefully get some footage down there. But everywhere else surrounding the lock, it's just like an A road that goes around it. Sorry, I've just eaten. There's no turn-offs, so it's not ideal, but we'll make it work. I just need to get some B-roll and maybe a little bit of drone footage. Possibly. The weather's alright, so let's see what we can do. That sign says coaches and authorised vehicles only beyond this point. Brilliant. So literally everything is basically fenced off because of construction work. Awesome. Managed to get some footage on here though. I need to do some more of that really. I could fly the drone over there, I suppose, couldn't I? But then it's not. No, it doesn't really work because it needs to. Basically, I need a morning transition shot, so I might just come down here in the morning with the drone and get some morning type stuff, even though it's supposed to be raining tomorrow morning. These are the challenges when you start filming out on location: weather and access to anything interesting. I could just get a bit of footage of this now. I might just do that anyway. Well, that was successful. Got some really nice footage of the lock, which here's a little bit behind the scenes kind of trickery. If it's really bad weather tomorrow morning, which it probably is, we can just use that as the footage of the morning. It's a bit of poetic license, it's fine. But that was nice. That was a good bit of drone footage grabbing. Now I think I'll get a bit of the car. It's just not very picturesque, is it? This isn't a good backdrop. This is a terrible backdrop. It's a real shame because if these fences weren't here, I think I could get down there somewhere. In fact, there is a road going down there, but it ain't going down there at the minute. So, okay, I'm going to have to think creatively here. Quick shooting update. I've been getting some really good stuff with the action cam and also just the main camera. Just some nice workable B-roll. The biggest problem, however, is the midges. There's these little flies everywhere. They bite you, and I've been bitten to smithereens, but it's all for the shots. And also, I have to attach this to some very perilous, or what feels like perilous locations on the car. It's not dangerous for other road users, but it's the worry that I'm going to get out of the car and it's just not going to be there, which would be a massive problem because there's so much footage on here from today. Let's not think about that though, and let's get these last shots and go back to the hotel. Okay, back in the room. Loads of mess on the bed. This is standard me travelling, just loads of kit everywhere and stuff. But I've got my little editing setup, which if you watched the vlog recently where I was in London and I had that tiny little desk that I was sitting at on the end of the bed, today's a bit better. So firstly, the bed isn't involved. It's not part of my editing setup, which is good news. Instead, I've made use of this area here. So we have laptop, headphones, tea, snacks, football, glasses, MX Master 3 mouse. We're okay. I can get this edit done. I was going to use Vision Pro. This is the thing about Vision Pro. I wish I could remember who was asking me this question. But basically, someone said to me in the comments, "Show more Vision Pro. Why aren't you showing us using it? And that's because I don't use it very often because it's just so unwieldy, and I can't use that to edit on the laptop and watch the football at the same time. There's no, I don't. There might be a way of doing that. I suppose you could have iPlayer in one window. You could do that. That's not fair. That's totally unfair. Should I do that? Can I be bothered? I don't know. I need to sign this vlog off though, guys, because all I've got to do now is this edit, which is a bit boring. But thank you as always if you've got this far. I never know what you've seen really because I've forgotten what I shot. It's been a very long day, lots of driving, lots of filming a moment ago, and I've got a very long drive back tomorrow. So I've basically done about half of the video today, and I'll do the other half tomorrow. I won't vlog tomorrow because it's going to be pretty much the same thing but backwards in reverse, so I won't bore you with that. But I'm getting dangerously close to a holiday now. We're going away next Tuesday. Today is Thursday. You can probably see I'm absolutely knackered, so I cannot wait for that. But yeah, it's just leading up to that. So there will be a vlog or two before the holiday, I promise. But in the meantime, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Tell your mates, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.